As the smoke cleared over Tehran, the fire of a global diplomatic crisis was just beginning to burn. The world turned its eyes toward New York. An emergency session of the UN Security Council was summoned. The charge? A violation of international law so profound it threatened the very foundation of state sovereignty. Washington stood firm. The administration framed the strike not as an act of war, but as a preemptive defensive necessity to halt an imminent nuclear threat. Beijing's condemnation was swift and absolute. Foreign Minister Wang Yi warned that regime change through assassination was a path to global instability. Moscow echoed the sentiment, portraying the strike as a cynical violation of international norms. Russia saw an opportunity to further its anti-Western alignment. In the halls of international law, the debate was existential. Does the right to self-defense extend to the extrajudicial killing of a sitting head of state? The ripple effects were immediate. Alliances were tested, trade agreements were scrutinized, and the machinery of global power was thrown into a state of high alert. The threat to the Strait of Hormuz loomed. With 20% of the world's oil passing through this choke point, the economic survival of the West was at stake. China, purchasing 80% of Iran's oil, prioritized price stability over political ideology. Beijing's primary goal was a transition that preserved state institutions. Russia, while offering political solidarity, saw an economic windfall in the soaring energy prices caused by the conflict. A complex mix of cooperation and competition. Behind the closed doors of the Security Council, the real negotiations were taking place. Consensus among the Permanent Five was a distant, perhaps impossible goal. Shadow diplomacy was the only thing preventing a total regional conflagration. Secret lines were opened between rivals to prevent a cycle of irreversible escalation. The assassination revealed the fragility of international norms. When the world's most powerful states choose to ignore the rules themselves begin to dissolve. The 2026 National Defense Strategy aimed to integrate Israel with its Arab neighbors. The crisis was a moment of forced alignment against a common threat. The international response was not just a reaction to an event. It was the realization that the world had entered a new, more dangerous phase of geopolitical rivalry. History was not just watching, it was issuing a warning. The system built in the aftermath of the last Great War was now under its greatest strain. The diplomatic phase was over, the tactical phase was complete. Now, only the question of the future remained. Next, our final part, the future of Iran.